Reddit's dying. Twitter's dying. Why am I smiling? I think it's a good thing. It's going to hurt me as far as like business goes, but when it comes to the betterment of the world, it's a good thing that Reddit is dying. It's a good thing that Twitter is dying. It's a good thing that a lot of these social media companies are not doing as well because they keep shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again because they want to exercise more control and they have no idea what they're doing. In order to understand what's going on with Reddit, we need to look back in time at how the internet started. And then we can understand how we got where we are now. So I'll see you right after the break. Like most highly sophisticated people, I wear ridiculously tight jeans. I got tired of how bulky this was in my jeans, and this is the smallest leather wallet I could find. And that's when I also searched my inbox to see if anybody had messaged about wallets. And sure enough, one of the companies I was looking at, Exter, they had messaged me about checking out some wallets. And I'm so glad I did. We're going to be able to give you 25% off, so just keep watching. Exter makes very modern, sleek wallets. This is an aluminum card holder. You can also get it in carbon fiber if you're fancy. But I got the aluminum. It's space grade aluminum, very sturdy. And there's just a lever on the bottom that lets you press the lever. All your cards will fan out. Ooh, look at that. Grab that one and then put them all back. I've messed with this lever quite a bit and it's worked every time. We've also got the band here, and that allows you to expand things on the back. As you can see, I've got some money on there and a couple of other things. You can protect your identity with the RFID blocking layer, and that'll fend off all the data thieves out there. And then I also have a tracker card in here. When I travel, I'll probably use one on my wallet and throw an extra one in my backpack. The tracker card syncs up with an app, so if you ever lose it, just pop open your phone and it'll tell you, oh, it's at the cafe or whatever. If the aluminum and carbon fiber card holders are a little bit too small, you can also get this leather wallet. Gives you a little bit more room. It's got the card holder, put some more stuff, got the traditional leather. I actually like the way this one looks quite a bit. So let me know what your stack's going to be. Mine right now is just the RFID blocker, the aluminum card holder, and the tracker card. Sorry I missed Father's Day. I was working on a game jam, but we still have 25% off. Check out the link in the description and head on over to Exter to get yourself a modern day wallet. The internet started as, some people call it a bastion of free speech. I like to think of it as a bunch of insanity because there were no rules. You could just go do anything you wanted. Remember E-Bombs World? Remember hanging out there? How about Homestar Runner? There were so many cool, ridiculous websites.
Download!
Remember when you just went to a website? You like heard from your friends, oh, have you been to this weird website? Oh, what is it? So yeah, we had tons and tons of different websites. And then if you wanted to talk about stuff, maybe you wanted to form a community, you would set up a forum. You would set it up yourself, get your little server, pay $4 a month or whatever, or if you really knew what you were doing and weren't too worried about security, you could do it in your garage and just hook it up as long as you had a static IP. I totally skipped over BBS. Hi, all the BBS people. I may have seen some of you before on a BBS, but we'll skip over that because that was the tiny fraction of the population. But we all used to go to forums. We used to get made fun of for being nerdy for doing so, but a lot of us went to forums and talked about whatever we were passionate about. For me, it was mostly PC gaming, and back then, a lot of the tech and hardware that was coming out because they enabled the PC gaming. That was mainly it. But I also went to music forums, heavy metal forums. Anybody on Vampire Freaks still got an account or whatever? I probably know you from there. There are a lot of different niche communities. And then the corporations looked at this and they were like, well, they're not buying anything. They're just sitting there. We should monetize this because that's the only way they know how to think about anything is how can they monetize this? They look at all these people congregating in a place, and to them that's loitering because they're not practicing capitalism. So they have to like monetize that place and then get rid of people who are not making them money. So they start buying up different things, or they start making their own social media. Most of the time they buy up social media. Zuckerberg is kind of a strange case because he was a sociopath from the beginning. Not like MySpace that got purchased by sociopaths after being made by Tom, and then Tom going, oh God, I'm just going to go travel the world and take photographs. So anyway, Reddit comes along and says, all these forums? No. We don't need 5,000 different forums. We could just have one forum and we'll do a little thing that makes it addictive. And instead of organizing them by date posted, we'll organize things by upvotes. And so if you're really popular, you'll get karma, and then you'll want to come back, and it feels different than a regular forum, even though it's just kind of a glorified forum. But you can all have your own little forums. You can have our cats and our, anime things, whatever you like, anything you like, you can all have it on Reddit. And that worked pretty well for a while because you could go on to Reddit and most of the people on there were real people giving real opinions. So you could read, it was a great place to go read reviews for different products because, if you go to the products website, you're going to get a lot of marketing BS. But a lot of times you can go to Reddit and just see some real opinions from people. Like if you say like, hey, what are the best leather shoes for work? And you'll get 50 different opinions. Some of them, like will start agreeing and you'll be like, I noticed 3 or 4 people are agreeing about these, and you can do some research. So it was a great tool for that. And then it got really big and Condé Nast showed up and they were like, there's a lot of people here. We should buy it and monetize the heck out of it. And that's what they did. They bought it, and now they have done as many things as they can to sort of screw over the customers, but a lot of it's because they still don't understand. These companies, back when the internet came out, the internet was wild because they did not understand how the internet works. Now, they still don't understand how it works. They just know it makes money. So they want to get involved in that money, but since they don't know how it works, they keep destroying the beauty of the internet. This is the idiot CEO of Reddit. See this guy? I also want to note that, I'm not sure where this information comes from, but I want to believe it. Huffman, he was a moderator of Jailbait, which was a banned subreddit because Jailbait existed to post underage pictures that shouldn't exist. And that is who we have here, this idiot businessman. And this is his stance. We've made a business decision that we're not negotiating on. So this shows a fundamental misunderstanding about how the internet works. The internet is not about the companies. The internet is not, Twitter is not the internet. Reddit is not the internet. They like to think that they are the internet. The internet is the people who make it up. And if the people who make it up leave, or if they stop posting content, because that's what Reddit is made of. Reddit is made of user content. It is not something that, the CEO doesn't sit around with his friends and say, hey, let's come up with a bunch of content. Let's make a video for Reddit. Let's do some stuff to make Reddit more valuable. They don't do that. The community is the value. On Twitter, the community is the value. And these megalomaniac, psychopathic CEOs like Musk and Huffman have no idea what they're doing because they do not understand that simple, fundamental fact. And that is why everything is turning to shit on the internet. The corporations get involved. They try to destroy everything beautiful about these communities. And then they go, hey, why is the community leaving? What's going on? We don't understand. And then it, kind of falls apart. So Reddit is a mess. I hope that it crashes and burns at this point. Or I hope that the CEO is flayed and, sent home with his flay wounds. That's a metaphor for something. I don't know. So what can we do now that all of this is happening? Well, I think that we need to understand a couple of things about ourselves. We have been driven to all these different websites by their algorithms, and they're very, very good at messing with the human psyche, and they understand how the human psyche works. So a lot of these websites that we keep refreshing all day, like the social media websites and Reddit, well, we're refreshing them not because we're getting that much value out of them, not because we need to be refreshing them 24 hours a day. We post to them all day long, not because we're getting that much value, but because it gives us a little serotonin hit here and there. Just enough to get us to come back over and over again. It's that little connection that we need with everybody else. But overall, studies have shown that it's made society much worse. It's made people lonelier. It's made people sadder. It's done a lot to disconnect us from one another, which is strange because it's social media and it does connect people. But, it's not all one way or the other, not all black or white or whatever. But there are many, many negatives when it comes to corporate-run social media, and that's because their algorithms are not made for people. They're not made for the people who use the services. The algorithms are made to capture as much of your attention as possible so that they can sell your data and make money serving you ads. That is exactly what is going on those websites. So just realizing that can be enough to help you break some of these bad habits of going to the same websites over and over and over again and wasting your entire day. Break the habit, go do something else, play a game. But there's the other problem of what do you do when you just need to find out what's the best pair of shoes and you want to go check out Reddit? Well, you can still go check out Reddit for that. It's still there. as of now. But I'll give you a couple of different tips, and I'll give you some alternative methods and show you how the internet's kind of shifting back to what it used to be, because the more corporate control shows up, the more people start to just be like, I'm sick of this, and they start to look for alternatives, and that's a beautiful thing. And I'll give you as many alternatives as I possibly can, but we've already seen some big communities like Jellyfin is the media player that I use, and they have completely abandoned Reddit, so hats off to Jellyfin. Head over to forum.jellyfin.org and get yourself an account there. They're going to have their own forum. Now, Google used to have this really handy feature where you could search just in forums, but I don't think that's available anymore. Someone was nice enough to make an extension for Chrome. Please make one for Firefox. But there's another thing. We can come over here. There's something called CrowdView. It's crowdview.ai. Friggin' AI, but I know everybody, but that's the web name. Now, what happens when you search for something here? I'm just gonna type best basketball shoes. It's so hard to type with this microphone in the way. This is difficult to type around. I'm just have to justify it. Anyway, I typed best basketball shoes, and right here, basketball forum. This is from 2004, 2015. Best outdoor shoes. This is on Reddit, so it'll show you the Reddit links as well, and those will still be good until Reddit goes away. I'm not going to tell you not to go, look up the good information that's there, that's currently there. Just, I'm kind of done with it. So the flattest gym shoes. There we go. And here we are. We're on different websites, real, honest to goodness websites. Let's check out the basketball forum. So we have people here talking about the different best shoes, and of course there's going to be ads here. But that's just one example. Let's find something else. What's a game like Limbo? There we go. See what we get here. Limbo kind of reminds me of an old PS1. Oh, I totally forgot about that game. I've got that on the shelf over there somewhere. Check this out. Look what we have just found together. This game is so cool. It's on PC. It's very difficult though, and very unforgiving. But yeah, if you like Limbo and Another World and Inside and Planet of Lana, well then check this out. Anyway, so we just found some stuff using this website, so thank you very much. And it's funnily enough, I found this on Reddit. So, yeah, E equals MC squared FMA. Thanks very much for creating this. Now you can search for things on forums and find them on places that are not Reddit. All kinds of different forums. There's so many different forums. And that's really the whole entire purpose of making this video is please do what you can to move back to forums. I know it's a little bit more effort on your part because it's more than just logging on to Reddit and clicking on a couple things, or logging on to Twitter and clicking on a couple hashtags and then seeing what's going on in the D&D world. You will find more fullness of information on these other websites, on these real websites. I'm going to start calling this the real internet, and then social media is like the corporate internet. So if you look on the real internet, that's where you're going to find the good stuff. Now let's say you want something that is like Twitter. The Fediverse has that covered. And the Fediverse sounds like a scary thing, and Mastodon is the worst name. It's just not marketable. It sounds very stupid, but that's okay. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to make communities. So yeah, it doesn't have a catchy name at all, but Kalki is a better name, right? Anyway, easymode.im is what I've set up over here because I actually like the flow of something like Twitter because I like to see things that are going on, but I kind of missed the forum functionality, and that's why I went with Kalki to set up easy mode, because Kalki has something called channels. Let me just click on channels there. And this is a sort of a newer feature that I haven't really set it all the way up, but it allows you to post into different channels, so tabletop RPGs, and it's kind of over here on the side. The more you use it, you can actually set it up to appear on the side, or if you use it all the time, it'll appear on the side. But you can come over and see what's going on in these different channels, and they are like forums. Now, hopefully in a future version of Kalki, whenever you're making a post, there'll be like a little drop down that lets you just put it into a channel so that it can appear in a channel. And anything you post on a channel also goes to the wall that is formatted very, very similarly to Twitter. Now, there's also different layouts because this is much nerdier. So if you want to go crazy, you can set up a big layout like this where you've got your timeline, your local timeline, your notifications, and you can set up widgets on the side, which I have done. I like kind of the regular view just because I get distracted and I like to click around, but go back to the default there. And you can even put RSS feeds on the side, like over here on your widgets. So this I set up, and it's specifically for people who are into retro culture, nerd culture, gaming, tabletop gaming, mostly retro gaming, and anime. And, stuff like that, just whatever, maybe game music, I don't know. It's not really for people to come talk about basketball. So if you want to go talk about basketball, go join the basketball forum or whatever, or go join a different instance. And there are multiple different instances. I think that I don't know, if you don't like the stuff I just mentioned, don't join. If you're one of these anti-woke types, I'll ban you really, really fast. But anyway, if that's not stuff that you're into, there are many other instances that are set up by people. And these are not run by giant corporations. There's no John Mastodon. There's no Mastodon Corporation. There's no corporate headquarters for Kalki. It's just some cool people making some cool software. The Kalki people seem really cool, by the way, and that's another reason why I chose that. I like to look at the developers and see who they are, what they're up to. And I thought the Kalki developers were a little bit more along lines of people I would want to hang out with compared to the Mastodon developers, which I don't know, may or may not be as cool. I didn't do as much research on them, so yeah. Anyway, if you like all that stuff, you can join easy mode. I'm hosting the server right now, and if you want to help, it's only costing like $20-something a month right now. But it's like I say these things and I'm thinking, because I'm not making any money on this, and it's not for money, it's for the functionality of community. But if you want to help out, you can do a few different things. First off, shopping on Epic Pants is always stuff that I can take the profit from that and put it back into the website. But if you go to epicpants.com, I'll link to this in the description, but we have a little thing here where you can do a monthly thing, like $2 a month to donate to the server. So if you do get some benefit out of this, and it's a way that you can interface with people, and it's better than Twitter for you, then consider doing this. If you're broke, use it for free. Please don't give me if you're broke, don't give me your money. I want you to come here, meet some friends, hang out, and have fun. And I don't want to advertise this too much more, but it's all there. If you want something that's curated by the community and used by the community and not some corporate garbage, it's there. The real internet is still here. You just gotta take a step back from all this corporate garbage. While they all set themselves on fire, run around in circles screaming, yelling, trying to get attention like these megalomaniacs do, we can just step back, sort of step aside, let it burn, and get back to the real internet. I'll see you there.